Recently, Dymond Flawless had exposed her ex-boyfriend for allegedly abusing her and her. A lot of people have been involved in this drama and it's been really crazy. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of videos have been made, and it's just been like putting it all together so I can explain it to you guys. I believe I'm gonna have to split this story into 3 parts so you guys understand the whole situation, and even for me, because it's just so much. So you guys should already know who Dymond Flawless and Cid King is. I have spoke about them in the past. If you have no idea, please go check that video so you can keep up to date. So let's get straight into the drama. So according to Dymond and Dymond's dad Danny, there were signs earlier that Jason was allegedly abusive. Apparently the way he treated Dymond was really different compared to his family and disrespectful.
Dymond had told me prior that I don't understand, like he treat me, the way he talks to me is not the same as he talks to his mother, his sisters, or whatever. He has this thing that, like, you know, a little bit disrespectful at times or whatever.
Apparently he was obsessive with Dymond and where she was. And here are the messages between Jason and Dymond's dad being in the green and Jason being in the gray, wanting to know where she was. Dymond's dad claimed that Jason was basically spying on her.
Is it to like spy on them? That stuff doesn't, you know, we don't do that kind of stuff here.
But according to Cid, aka Jason, she left his house.
Was mad at me, and when she went to go get her nails done, she went to Boynton Beach. But we also know that her ex lives in Boynton Beach. We already know all of that, right?
He was concerned because he had her location on his phone, and on his phone, she turned her location off because on her iPhone, when you send the location and you put it on airplane mode, the message doesn't deliver. And when it was on, he screenshotted and captured that she was actually at his ex-boyfriend's house, according to him. But there's no evidence to prove this is her ex-boyfriend's house. He also clears everything up by saying that he's not spying on her, but he was worried about her because she left his house angry and then never texted after that for a long period of time, never returned anything. So of course, naturally, he's going to check her location.
If your girlfriend is not answering, your boyfriend is not answering, and you're texting them, right? And you have their location, how many of you would go to check in the location, right? Just because your girlfriend or boyfriend hasn't been answering in a long time. How many of you would go to check in the location?
Dymond's dad lied to Jason about where his daughter was, which kind of feeds into Jason's narrative that he knew where Dymond was, and Dymond was at his ex-boyfriend's house because, again, he knew the family really well.
I knew where she was because I knew that family quite well. I know the father, the mother, I know the family quite well.
And also, he didn't tell Jason where his daughter was. Why couldn't you just say, oh, she was at a friend's house? You know what I mean? Instead, he avoided the whole thing. And his excuse was,
I have nothing to worry about. I'm just letting you know you don't have nothing to worry about because I know where she is and I know what's going on where she is, so you have nothing to worry about. But I didn't think at the time that was his place because, you know, again, why? That's back in June. So you guys can go back and look at some videos or whatever to see when the two of them started dating or whatever it is.
He then tries to play off that it was really early and they were just dating or whatever. Now we can go back into June and we can see the videos. Dymond was calling Jason his crush, which implies that basically they're not in a relationship, it's just his crush. But I find it really hard to believe that her crush will be in her bedroom, in her house, making pranks. And of course, there's more videos that kind of prove that their relationship was more serious than just a crush. And as you guys know, in the video that I made exposing their fake prank and storyline they made, you guys know I told you that a lot of these YouTubers are saying, I'm making videos hanging with their crush, doing this with my crush, when really they're not crushes. They're actually in a relationship, but they're telling you guys that they're just crushes to build hype and to get more views and engagement. Because when they tell you that this person is just their crush, instead of telling you the truth, yeah, this is my girlfriend, it gets you to continue watching to see if there's going to be a relationship. Are they going to fall in love? So I believe that they were in a serious relationship. Well, more than just a crush anyway.
I digress.
Apparently he had problems with what Dymond was wearing and was controlling about how she wore her clothes.
Like, he has problems with my posts on Instagram about me wearing bathing suits. If I'm in public and let's say I'm wearing this dress, like he'll pull it up like all the time, or pull my dress down like while we're out in public, and then I could be at home wearing a sports bra, pull it up, and it was just like claustrophobic. Like, you do this, you do that, and don't be doing this, don't be doing that. Like, I'm my own person and I'm 18 years old. I think I can wear a dress if I feel like it, you know? So
apparently he treated her like an accessory.
I told him he treats me like an accessory. He wanted me to be with him 24/7 all the time. It was to the point where it was like, if you're not with me, like you gotta be with me 24/7. It was never like, oh yeah, you can go home or you can go to the gym. He always wanted me to be with him. Even if he's hanging out with his friends late night, he wants me to be with him. Let's say I'm at his house and he's about to go hang out with his friends. He'll be like, oh yeah, you could just stay here until I come back. You know, I'd be like, let me go home. No, just stay here until I come back. At the same time, he left me with no time for my friends, my family. If I say I want to go home real quick, or I gotta go home to do this, he'd automatically be like this, I'm coming with you. I need you to be here right now. If you're not here at 11:30, you're this and that. Like, you know, like I need you to do this. Like, he controlled me as if not even like a parent controls you like that.
Now let's talk about the LA trip where it escalated to her trying to break up with Jason.
That trip was actually something I had planned on my own because BeautyCon had reached out to me to come as a guest. The trip was from August 8th to the 13th. So that weekend, Saturday and Sunday, was the actual event for BeautyCon.
During that LA trip, apparently Jason and Dymond were having problems in their relationships and arguing.
Now, Dymond had given me warning signals about his personality, that he's immature, he's gotta be the center of attention, he doesn't really respect her around their peers, like, you know, other people that do YouTube or whatever. He typically won't acknowledge her as this is my girlfriend, whatever. He typically won't do these things.
Both me and Jason talked to my dad about the arguments we have because both of us are close to my dad. One of the arguments was Jason, like I was walking with Jason in the hallway. Jason never cares when I'm hungry.
You don't care either, because let me tell you something. This girl Postmated Chick-fil-A only for herself.
No,
and
what?
I didn't get any. Yo, stop. Stop ripping my hair. I told you that.
I was not trying to do that.
I hate when you do that shit. Look.
Jasmine and her dad used this clip as, I guess, proof to show that Jason was aggressive, when of course when you're putting your hands in someone's curly hair and pulling it down like that, I can understand why he would be upset. In this situation, Dymond ends up going downstairs and telling her dad about what happened.
Once we got downstairs, since it literally just happened in the hallway before we got into the elevator to go to the lobby, you know, I went to my dad, I was just like, I can't do this, like this is so annoying, right in front of Jason. I'm like, he's overreacting.
Her dad also talks about the same situation, but instead he says that she called him a girl.
She's like, Daddy, he's such a girl. Like he's so immature. And I was like, okay, Dymond, what is it? And she's like, I just touched his hair and then he just went like ballistics on me. And I'm like, and Jason was like, no, I didn't. And then Jason was like, well, Dymond, you had the camera in your hand, so why don't you go ahead and show your dad? And as Dymond showed me the video, he walked away.
Which kind of shows Jason isn't hiding anything. They admitted themselves that Jason said, hey, look at the camera. And of course he would be upset and walked away, but so did she at the start. She also had attitude and walked away if you watch the clip. So this seems like a petty argument to me and no sign of he was.
So throughout the trip, I honestly wasn't really feeling Jason. Like, I was not feeling the energy. I just wasn't feeling, I didn't really like want to do it anymore.
Dymond had finally had enough of Jason and was ready to break up with him.
And I had talked to my dad and Jasmine about it. So I had told them that I didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know if I could take it. Like, I didn't know if I could.
Obviously, this seemed like a big thing that happened in LA. Jason tried to explain to the dad that he was just trying to get collabs for her. And Dymond's dad was explaining to him that he should just give her a little bit more recognition in front of people. So apparently they go back to Miami. Jason goes to Dymond's house and apologizes to her.
But however, throughout the day, he was apologizing about everything that like what was going on and stuff. He told me that, you know, he was gonna change. He's sorry for like the way he's been acting and he didn't mean to be that way, all these things. And I wasn't feeling him. I told him that he was selfish and controlling. That wasn't the first time I actually confronted him about him being controlling and selfish. It was not, but it was kind of like so many things added up. I was fed up. So
after she told him that, allegedly he choked her.
He took both of his hands, put it around my neck, both of his hands, and pushed me against the wall, my closet door wall, and said, don't ever say that shit again. Don't ever say that shit again. Don't ever say that shit again. And I told him to stop. I told him to stop until I couldn't speak no more. He would not let go until I cannot speak no more. I told him stop, 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 stop.
Jason then told her not to tell anyone about the situation, including her dad.
I was so scared and shocked. Like, I was shocked. That's not something you expect to happen. So Jason then said, I know you tell your dad every thing, but you better not tell anybody about this. This is our relationship. We work it out. I'm hearing him say these things. I'm hearing him saying these things, and as the thoughts are going through my head and stuff, different things, I didn't say nothing when he was saying those things. What the hell am I gonna say to you? What the hell am I supposed to say? I just said nothing. So thoughts are going through my mind, and it clicked, and I'm like, this was not the first time you put your hands around my neck. It was actually the third. The first two times didn't register to me like that. The reason why it didn't is because it was one-handed, and it wasn't to the point where I couldn't breathe.
She then tries to show evidence of this situation by providing a video and showing how she was upset with Jason during the filming.
Right here.
But don't try to cheat. Each time to relapse.
Pinky, here, bro. No, you don't even know my birthday. Thank you, next.
But my question is, why would she use that as evidence while obviously she's upset from what she said in that video from him not knowing her birthday? How is this evidence of you being upset from him choking you? After that, she ends up telling a friend about the situation when she was filming a pregnancy challenge thing.
15th, we filmed a 24-hour pregnancy challenge thing, which you guys know, that video that says I'm pregnant and da-da-da-da-da. That was...
Dymond then tells her friend Jasmine how Jason choked her.
It was like, I was over here in the kitchen, like by the refrigerator right here, and I told Jasmine and showed her my neck marks. Shocked. So I told her what had happened very shortly or whatever, and she was immediately like, I need to take a picture, like, let me take a picture, let me take a picture, let me see it, let me see your phone, let me see your phone. So I took a video around of my neck.
She later explains how he walked into the kitchen while she was taking photos of her neck.
We were just by the fridge just talking one-on-one, and I'm like, Jasmine, stop, like, you know, but she's like, no, you got to take pictures of it, let me see. And then Jason actually walked through right here. What are you guys looking at?
Which explains why Jason was in that photo. If you guys watch my previous video about this, he was actually, you can see his hair, what looks like him. Like,
what happened to her neck? When he had asked that, like, Jasmine said nothing, and I just shook my head, and I was like, and I walked away. I just, you know, like.
Now, Jasmine, being a good friend, told Dymond that she has to tell her dad about Jason choking her.
But after that, me and Jasmine went upstairs and we were talking about it. And she was like, Dymond, you have to tell your dad. Like, you have to tell your dad ASAP. Like, you have to. You know, you got to before something else can happen or it gets worse. You can't just not say it. This is not something like I'm excited and wanting to tell nobody. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It was Friday, August the 16th, and before my dad had left for work, actually, you know, he came into my room because he normally like says bye or whatever, and he came into my room and he was like, bye Dymond or whatever, and I said, actually Daddy, like I have to tell you something. And I remember he was standing by my door and I was standing right like where my bathroom door was. You know, I have something to say, and I was just very like, I took my time with it because I didn't know how to say it. Like, I honestly had no words to say. I couldn't find the right things to say, how to start by saying it.
But then I was so confused because Dymond's dad was talking about like a music studio, and then all of a sudden the story jumped into her bedroom.
And then by nighttime, it was at 10:30, I believe, that we went to the studio. Now this studio is through people that Jason knew. What happened that day, I will never forget. Because I walked into Dymond's room.
Now, some people are saying that he stuffed off his storyline, and the storyline was meant to be that she told him at the studio, but it could just be him explaining what happened the day before she actually told him. But at the same time, what was the point of him mentioning that? Me, myself, was pretty confused. Like, I didn't see the point of him talking about how he went to the studio, but maybe he was just trying to give you guys a good timeline and time frame of what happened.
I walked into Dymond's room. You know when you could tell when something's wrong? And but I didn't know like what to say, because, you know, I just walked in and I gave her that look, and then she's like, what? And I'm like, something going on? She's like, well, you know how I tell you about how Jason is like very like violent, whatever, and all that stuff. And then I said, yeah. And then she lifted up her neck and there was a bruise mark. I said, what happened? She's like, he tried to choke me. And I was like, what'd you say? She's like, he tried to, I said, no. I said, no. I was like,
when I tell you, this man screamed, like yelled, like, you know, I understand, like, okay, my dad's a calm Haitian dad, oh my gosh, I understand that, but this is not, like, I've never seen him this mad.
I yelled. I've never yelled so hard, and I just screamed. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I said, Dymond, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just mad. I'm mad. I'm like, how can, she's like, so it just went back and forth. We were going, and then she's like, I was like, wait, has he done any? She's like, well, 2 times prior, he had kind of did this to me. And, you know, actually, like, the day that she told me, like, when she explained to me that day that what had happened or whatever, she showed me how he did like this. And she said, Daddy, I could not breathe. I could not breathe. I was trying to tell him to get off. I could not air. Nothing was coming through. Nothing.
After she told her dad about the situation, she wanted to make a video on everything, but then her dad talked her out of it and gave her a plan to handle the situation instead.
Talked to Dymond. It took a while for her to finally listen. And I said to Dymond, this is how we're going to handle this.
After he put his hands on me, my dad's plan to resolve the situation safely, and when I say resolve, I mean separate my ways and go about my life and he go about his, was to have a meeting with his parents. And not just Jason's parents, but me there too, as well as Jason. So it'd be my parents and Jason's parents. However, meanwhile, until the meeting, I had to play it along with Jason, with the social media, with everybody, just so I would minimize any further violence that could ever, you know, be occurred.
You're telling me this boy almost killed you. You couldn't breathe because he was choking you, and your dad didn't even call the cops. He thought the safer way was to go tell the parents and have a meeting and try to get him help. Now, again, I don't know how the law works in Miami. I'm sure maybe he wouldn't get arrested straight away, so maybe this was the best way to handle the situation to protect him.
And I still was with him very often after the fact, because that's all he ever wanted me to do, was be with him 24/7. And I did what he said. I acted the way I was. It was like a puppy on a leash. Like, it was like that. Come home, come over, gotta come. Do this, gotta go.
Dymond then shows examples of him being like controlling and always wanting her to do things and stuff like that.
We had the discussion and he still went about like nothing happened, and I had to play along too, you know, because you tell a person no, they could explode.
During this time, Jason was trying to control what Dymond was posting on her Twitter and on her Instagram. Why would you want your girlfriend to take off a post about violence? Why would you want her to take that down? Anyway, Dymond ends up going on a holiday with her family.
Me and my family, because it was for a wedding that we had to go to.
And Jason decides to come along after saying that he wouldn't come.
And the day before the trip, he texted my dad saying he wasn't gonna go anymore. And honestly, I was relieved. I was happy when my dad told me that Jason said that, because I really didn't want him to go there. I told my dad I didn't want Jason to be like at the, to come with us to Dominican Republic, you know, like out of the country, let alone, like I was not trying to do that, you know. But he ended up showing up anyways. He came to the airport. He was on the plane because he already had his ticket, you know. That morning he texted me saying that he was coming, and I told him, I said, you can't be just coming in whenever you want. Like, you can't just choose like when you feel like it and when you don't. And I said, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come.
Somehow Jasmine's dad was able to keep his cool even though Jason was there. During this time, they were still trying to organize that meeting with Jason and his parents and Dymond and her dad. After the trip, Jason ends up breaking up with Dymond for a little while from what it looks like.
So I said, I'm not going to lose myself because I know the person who I really am. And I just want to say it was good while it lasted, but we're officially done. Just go in the lane you wanted to go in and don't look back. That's what I said. And you know what she said? The lane I want to go in is the one I've been in. I'm still here for you whenever you need me, and I hope you're there for me too.
And they must have had that one-on-one, because from what it looks like, they were back together, because on September the 3rd, Shy was flirting, or trying to flirt with Jason, apparently in his DMs. And Dymond responded to her.
And for someone who was abused, Dymond was really fighting for her boyfriend on social media against Shy. Why not just ignore her, since he really wasn't your man? Now, Dymond says September the 6th, that was the last time she saw Jason
willingly, was on Friday, September 6th. And we had filmed a taking my wig out video. Ever since it happened, for the past month now, my parents and I have been trying to schedule a little time for us to all have a meeting. And Jason always said, okay, yeah, we can do it, except for September 8th.
Then Jason decides to pull out, and he doesn't want to have this meeting with his parents and Dymond and her dad. Now, what Dymond didn't tell you in this video, in this specific one anyway, is that her dad actually ended up confronting Jason about Jason choking her. And I'm assuming because of that, he told Dymond to never ever see Jason and to keep her distance away from him.
So since then, my dad told me to completely stay away from him, and if he ever came close anywhere, to let him know where I'm at, what's going on right away, because I stayed away, and I've been distant ever since. I've been distant. Like we haven't been normal ever since. We weren't dating. We haven't. But on September 10th, Jason came to my hair salon unannounced. I did not know he was coming at all. He didn't text me about him coming at all. So Jason came to the salon and stayed for a few minutes, checked on me, say hi, whatever, and left. And yeah, that was the last time I've seen him. I was left off guard. Like, I was shocked and scared, low key, because I was at my heart dropped. Mind you, Jason still had my location. Jason was very adamant about having my location all the time.
But according to Jason, what she didn't tell you is that she asked Jason to slide by and give her food.
I just got my food. We about to play basketball by my house, and she said, slide with some food.
Then that night, Dymond went to Jason's house to show off her new haircut.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Damn.
So she lied to you guys in that video. She didn't keep her distance. She went to see Jason. And at this point, it really looked like she was stringing Jason along. Wouldn't you listen to your dad and stay away from this man? Why are you still hanging out with him, and why did you lie to your audience about it?
Me and Jason were still in contact. I still had to play it cool from then, because I didn't know what was to do next. There was having to be measures to be taken next. You're not gonna let us have the meeting. There was gonna be something else we'd have to do to make sure that I'd be safe.
She then later on says that she was always dodging Jason, and by the receipts, it does look like she was doing that.
Yeah.
I have to tell you guys my conclusion so far. So far, what I think, and it can change, change, I feel like Dymond has not been honest. She has still went and see Jason. Either she still likes Jason or she was stringing Jason along because she wants some clout. Dymond's dad has obviously been protecting Dymond. Why not tell Jason where Dymond was if you knew it wasn't a big deal unless you have something to hide? Why lie to Jason for? Now, Dymond didn't technically break up with Jason to him, but she did behind the scenes to protect herself from what she's saying, and that's why she had to play along, because she feared her danger. But if that was the case, why did she go and visit Jason after she got her hair cut? Why did she lie and say that Jason came and visit her at the hairdressers when she actually told him to slide by for food? Hopefully in part 2 and part 3 I can narrow down to the answers for you guys, but I want to know what you think so far. What do you think about this whole situation from what I have showed you in today's video? But make sure you hit the subscribe button with the notification bells on so you get notified when I upload the video of the aftermath. What happened after she uploaded these videos? What played out? And what they did, does it show their true intention is in this whole situation? Is this whole thing fake and just to trick you guys so they all can get some views? We'll get into that in the later videos, and I'll see you guys in another drama video.